Hello, I'm U.S. Congressman Louie Gohmert, your lowly legislator from the 1st District of Texas. And July is a special month for countless Americans across the country because it bears this nation's birth date, its inception. The United States has served as a beacon of light for millions across the globe because it represents a place of freedom, hope, and exceptionalism. However, it's important to note the reason our founding fathers fought for such liberty and justice for all. Their American dream was not centered on a paycheck or a job or a house. It was not anchored in government control or climbing the ladder of political power. It was rooted in religious freedom. They longed for a land that would allow them, along with all others, to worship without fear of retribution or retaliation. This was their highest aspiration, religious freedom. They knew that if they had religious freedom, that all the other freedoms would flow out of that. They also knew if they were faithful, divine providence would guide them and make the new nation viable. In fact, Alexander Hamilton, George Washington's closest aide during the Revolution, was not only a part of the important early proceedings, he was there beside Ben Franklin during the Constitutional Convention and made an insightful assessment of the new nation's founding. He said this, "For my own part, I sincerely esteem it a system which, without the finger of God, never could have been suggested and agreed upon by such a diversity of interests." Hamilton knew without the finger of God, as he said, inserted in and helping with our founding, it would not have happened. Well, like Alexander Hamilton, most of the founders were all passionate about forming a nation based on democracy and laying a solid framework which, in turn, left behind a beautiful legacy of biblical adherence and providential inspiration. They also knew well what was important. George Washington's prayer, for example, that was for our nation and was included as part of his resignation as the commander of the Revolutionary Army, concluded by stating, and I'm quoting the last part of his resignation, "The divine author of our blessed religion, and without an humble imitation of whose example in these things, we can never hope to be a happy nation." He knew real freedom would allow us to follow the divine author of our blessed religion, whom he knew as Jesus Christ. Now, Patrick Henry, in his will, stated this, "I have now disposed of all my property to my family. There is one more thing I wish I could give them, and that is the Christian religion. If they had that, and I had not given them 1 shilling, they would have been rich. And if they had not that, and I'd given them all the world, they would be poor." Patrick Henry knew that was the greatest gift he or I could give our children. So it's my prayer that we celebrate this nation's long-standing birthday with the remembrance of why men loaded their muskets, drew their swords, and shed their blood to build a nation on the solid rock composed of our first freedom, religious liberty. And may God bless you in this time of our birthday celebration. Thank you.